Here we are, together, sharing this time, this moment. And when we really take time to observe where we are, we honestly have to realize that no matter where we are inside a body. No matter where this body is, you, the perspective of you, your identity, what you believe yourself to be, is inside a body. It is in possession of a body. And I ask myself, how can I become aware of this? I must find myself a constant, a force of nature. And this is why I start to watch the coming and going of the breath of life. The breath of life is a force of nature. And I must concede and I must acknowledge that all I can really do is just to witness this coming and going. And the more I watch this natural ebb and flow, I become reminded that I am inside a body that breathes by itself. Everything that is happening inside this body is happening all by itself. And I, what am I? I am the beholder, the formless, the bodiless, the witness. Use this knowledge. Remind yourself of this knowledge. Seek refuge in this knowledge. As I observe the breath come and go, I see within my being that there is a lot of internal movement, this swaying, this wind, this disarray. But the more I allow the breath to come and go, the more I allow this movement to take place within the being, the more the center is revealed. And that is where I am beholding from the center, from this omnipresent, this multidimensional perspective. Oh. So here we are again. Good day. I'm the avatar known as Tao Chi Kai. I'm Ludi Om. And also good day to all the viewers watching now. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Are you all now in this session, this Ly Chi Gung session? I don't like to call it class because there's nothing that I can teach. Because everything that you see around you is a part of nature and you are a part of nature. But what I can remind, what I can guide is the thing that you believe yourself to be. Because when this body of flesh and blood first entered into this universal womb from your mother's womb, it had no idea of what you are, whatever you name yourself now. But as this body grew, so did the character form. This identity, this ego, this is what I can remind and guide. And hopefully, I can help you to become more harmonic and more in union with this body of flesh and blood that you possess. Sounds very serious. But let me remind you all again, and I always say this, we are all children playing all these games. You know, I'm playing the role right now as the avatar known as Tao Chi Kai, and you're playing the role of mother, father, brother, sister. But I promise you, oh, when the time comes for us to go, none of this matters. So all the worries you have in a moment, just remind yourself it doesn't have to be this way. Things can change, which means that you, the idea of you, can change. If you could change your perspective, everything else changes. And we do this by really becoming acknowledging of our vessel, our body. And we use the ebb and flow, this natural force of the breath coming and going as the mediator, as the peacekeeper, because I assure you the battle has always been within. So hopefully you shall become a peaceful warrior. So everyone, let's start by just moving, just really moving. You know, when we try to stand still, it's very hard, you know, very hard. We can give the image that we are still, but as we know right now, if you just watch, there's all this movement that's happening inside. You know, the heart beats by itself, the lungs expand, the intestines, everything is moving, and everything is moving in union with this breath coming and going. So when we try to stand still, remember this. Remember, allow this internal movement to take place. And the more you allow this, the more you can let go of the ego. Because I promise you, it's the ego that's saying to itself that, oh, I need to give a certain image. I need to be a certain way. Ah, leave it on the floor. Okay, let's help. So I notice for many of us, when we sat down for too long, or we sit in a certain way, or we stand still for too long, we get stagnation within our body. So today, let me help everyone. Let's just try to get some of the stagnation that we get in the pelvis and in the hips. So what you're going to do, everyone, is most people, when they stand, they lock their knees. Don't do that. Relax your knees. Relax them. Relax your knees. Yeah? Don't lock them. And then what you're going to do with your sacrum, don't try to stand straight. Relax your sacrum. And it's almost like you're finding a seat. It's almost like you're finding a seat. Yeah? It's almost like you're finding a seat. There, that's it. When you find a seat now observe your shoulders. Your shoulders want to go back. So you see, it's almost like I'm sat down. If you find this now, and then now everyone just find a little bounce. Find a little bounce. Yeah? Keep everything heavy as possible. Yes? Good. Let's start by just shaking the knees. Just start by shaking, just gently shaking the knees. As you're shaking the knees now, you should be able to feel your muscles. Feel your muscles. Because all we're doing here is we're shaking the knees, but we're allowing the muscles to rattle. Allow the muscles to rattle. At the same time, what you're going to do is gently rattle on your seat as well. Yeah? You can have shake your knees, and it's all you can rattle on your pelvis. You see? Slight thrusting forwards and backwards, just slightly. Yes. And then now with the arms, monkey see, monkey do, okay? You're going to allow your arms to remain just down. Don't raise them up. Allow everything always to be down. Shoulders to be as relaxed as possible, heavy weight. And what you're going to do, you're going to do little circles like this. Good. And then now, as you do up, gently let yourself come up and then settle down. Gently come up and settle down. Leave your shoulders down. Leave your shoulders down. And in order to leave your shoulders down, you'll find that your shoulders want to go back for them to stay down. Your shoulders want to go back in order for them to stay down. Find what's comfortable for you. Find your own natural rhythm. Find your own natural rhythm. So the image is this. It's almost like we're on the moon. There's low gravity here. Or you can imagine that you're inside water. Imagine you're in water or you're on the moon. If you find it uncomfortable with your knees at the moment wide apart, you come a bit closer. There's nothing wrong with that. Allow your hips to match your shoulders. Allow your hips to match your shoulders. Allow your elbows to coincide with the knees. Find the saddle. Find that seat that I mentioned. And everyone, please allow the breath to come and go. If you can, breathe through your nostrils. Just let the breath come and go. Good. And the more slowly you could do this, the more you're going to feel. The more slowly you can do it, the more you can feel. What it is, you can imagine on a roll of film, there's 30 frames in a second. For many of us, in the beginning, every frame is present. Every incremental movement is present. But as the ego becomes more strong, more powerful, it starts becoming too clever and it starts to miss out the frames. If you could go internally and watch every frame that is happening, the more the movement will become and feel wholesome. Allow your shoulders to be heavy. Let them roll backwards. Allow your elbows to rotate. Allow the hands, the wrists to rotate. Allow the hips to settle. Find the saddle. Find the saddle of your being. Allow the knees to settle. Let them unify with the elbows. Allow your wrists to reflect your ankles. Good. Keep the elbows low. Well done, Keith. That's it. Find the saddle. You'll notice now that as the breath comes in, it's almost like the body expands, isn't it? As the breath goes out, allow this movement to guide the breath out, but also follow the breath. You'll find that as the breath goes, the energy wants to go downwards, the tension wants to go downwards. Allow it to trickle down between your legs. Allow it to trickle down. If you find that your feet are starting to become aching, it's okay just to pivot. Yes, it's okay. That's it. Because the arms are like branches. And the lower extremities, the legs are like roots. Roots should be supple. So you find there's aching, that's it. There's nothing wrong with just slowly treading it out. That's like this. Let the energy go downwards. Mm. And then as you breathe in, mm, allow yourself to sigh. Remember, the body is like an instrument. It makes sound as well. Breath comes in. Mm. Sigh. Breath comes in. Sigh out. Breath comes in. Sigh out. Breath comes in. Sigh it out. So here, when I lift it up, allow my chest to rise, my shoulders to go back when I lift it up. When I place it down, I place it onto the saddle. I lift up and I place it onto the saddle. See, I lift up, I lift up, come up. I need to push off the ground. To come down, I must slowly find my saddle. That's it. So right now we're moving our arms in union with the legs. Become aware of the center of your body. Become aware of this. There's like a ball here. Allow it to expand and allow it to become smaller. It looks like we're going up and down, but really what we're doing is going big and small. In the center, there is no left or right. In the center, there's no up or down. In the center, there is an outer and an inner. This is what we mean by multidimensional. Mm. Good. That's it. Try to keep the shoulders down, yes? When you go up, the shoulders go back. But don't let the shoulders go up. Allow the top to reflect the bottom. Allow the shoulders to reflect the hips. Allow the knees to reflect the elbows. Allow the wrists to reflect the ankles. You can also allow your fingers to reflect your toes. Mm. As you breathe in, have your fill. As the breath goes, sigh. Monkey see. Monkey do. 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 Follow your own natural rhythm. Mm. Follow your own natural rhythm. Mm. Mm. You might find one side is easier than the other. Don't worry about that. Really think about where the center is. The center's here. Just keep on moving with the center, and eventually both left and right become one. Mm. 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 Remember to find your own natural saddle. Mm. Find your saddle. Your saddle. Find your saddle. Find the saddle. Find the saddle. Mm. Find your saddle. Settle into it. Mm. 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 So when you do this extension here to the right or left, you can really physically, if you want to, just gently extend your leg a bit further, but do so when you're still on your saddle. Look, I'm still sat down. I'm still sat down. I'm still sat down. I'm not completely straight. I'm sat down. Look, I'm sat down. I'm still sat down on my saddle. Still sat down. When you do this, you can really feel the hips getting engaged. Find the saddle. For many of us, when we sat down for too long, we end up being like this. Yeah, so what we're doing here, we're trying to find the saddle. The saddle's here. And then eventually we can relax these quads, these glutes, and then we can stand up. Find the saddle. Find the saddle. As the breath goes, really have the intention to let the tension just to go downwards, to trickle downwards. It's almost like water. Mm. Okay, monkey see, monkey do. Mm. Keep the shoulders down. Allow the elbows to open. Allow the wrists to rotate. Find your saddle. Allow the knees to reflect your elbows. If you can be here, then be here. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have to be here, there's nothing wrong with that. Allow your wrists to reflect your ankles. Find your saddle. And let's encourage you on just to take a gentle, conscious smile. Breathe in as you smile. That's it. And feel yourself. Mm. Good. Mm. Mm. Yeah, find your saddle. Find your saddle. It's almost like you're sitting down. You're sitting down into your own body. Yeah, it's almost like you're sitting down into your own body. You're no longer sitting on a seat. For many of us, if we sat on a seat for too long, we become the chair. We no longer use those muscles that we need. So now we're going to sit in our own body. That's it. If you find that there's any tension, any pressure, if you find it's getting a bit hard, just smile. Take a gentle breath in, smile. And then straight away, you're reminded of where you need to be. Your body tells you, oh, okay, I need to be here. Yeah, if it becomes too hard, just smile. And there's nothing to do, about being hard, just being honest, being very honest. Mm. Mm. Good. Up here's good. Here's okay. There's nothing wrong with this. Yeah. Mm. If you get more comfortable, then you just gently open. Get more comfortable, you could gently open, oh, if you wish to. Yeah. Just find what's comfortable. If you get tired in this position, come in. Mm. Smile. If you get tired in this position, come in. Good. Allow the shoulders to go back. So here, like we're lifting off the chair and then we're putting ourselves on the chair again. We're lifting ourselves off the chair and we put ourselves on the chair. Yeah, we're finding our own natural saddle. But at the same time, we're opening up the chest. We're really acknowledging our diaphragm. Good. You get comfortable. You get comfortable. You get comfortable. So there's a certain point, the lowest you can go is what your body will allow you. If you go any lower, you must do the splits. So find what's comfortable. Good. Monkey see, monkey do. Find your saddle. 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 So the sound that really helps with this movement here is a sound of water. So we can breathe in gently, breathe in, have your fill, consciously breathe in, have your fill. And when you've had enough, you breathe in, have your fill. When you've had the fill, when you've savored, when I'm like here, I really allow the energy to go down. Yeah, it's going down like this. It's going down, but it's going outwards. There we go. Breathe in, savor, have your fill. And when you've had your fill, some of you might hear a click clack down there as well. Good. If you can, try to allow your atlas to remain horizontal. Yes. If I go too far like here, now it's no longer centered. I've gone off center, okay? I've gone off center. If I go too far, I've gone off center. I just go with what is possible, yeah? That's it. Yes, allow your spine to always be like this. You see? Yes, that's it, Michael. Shh. But sometimes when we feel that we're doing something right, our ego gets involved and we do too much. Always try to find the center. Always find the center. Always find the center. That's it. Keeps doing well. Well done, bro. That's it. Yes, if you find uncomfortable, here's okay. Shh. Here's okay. Shh. Shh. You see, here's okay. Just find your saddle. Here's okay. That's it. Here's okay. Here's okay. Here's okay. Here's okay. And whatever is comfortable. Good. And Otka's moving forward. So let's alternate now. Monkey see, monkey do. Yeah, up here's okay. Allow your chest to rise. Find your saddle. Allow your chest to rise. Find your saddle. Good. Yes, this one's some of us find it hard, isn't it? If you find it hard, then we can start down here. Yes, Keith. Yeah, well done. Yeah, it's being more honest now. See, it's not from here. This is okay. The emphasis is to find your saddle, allow the shoulders to go back. It's almost like the shoulders are settling onto the hips. This is okay. That's it. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. If you're comfortable, you can go a bit wider. That's it. Next time I see you, Keith, I need to sort out that shoulder. You still got frozen shoulder. Is it left side, yeah? Left side. Okay. Still got frozen. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Like this, okay? Find the saddle. Keep on finding the saddle. Even though we're rotating like this, find the saddle. Mm. That's it. Find the saddle. That's it. That's it. Find the saddle. Find the saddle. Find the saddle. Well done. Find the saddle. Good. So please, everyone, just follow monkey see, monkey do. Find your saddle. It's almost like we're rowing. Look, it's almost like we're rowing. You see? It's almost like we're rowing. Yes, that's it. That's the image. It's almost like we're rowing. But we be very honest and move with whichever one finds it hardest. Yeah, don't jump the gun. We never leave anything behind. The image is you don't want to leave anything behind. Move with the one that is the weakest. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. It's like you're rowing. Find your saddle. Keep your shoulders down. Yes. The moment I raise my elbow, my shoulder's up. You see? The moment I raise my elbow, my shoulder is up. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your shoulders down. That's it. Keep your shoulders down. Be mindful the elbows are going back as well. I'm on my saddle. Yeah, on my saddle, my shoulders go back. Yeah, the elbows go back. The shoulders don't go up, they go back. Yeah, that's it. Well done, Michael. Keep the shoulders back. Let the shoulders go back. Well done. Yeah, keep shoulders back. And eventually, when we do this, then we can start doing this. But for now, if your shoulders can't naturally do this, just do this for now. It's okay. Eventually, this movement here becomes this. Yeah, shoulders are still back. Shoulders are still down. But for now, we could be down here is okay. Here's okay. Find your saddle. Soften your knees. Allow your elbows to reflect the knees. Allow the shoulders to reflect the hips. Yeah, allow the shoulders to reflect the hips. Well done. Well done. Paddle. So please, monkey see, monkey do. Keep the shoulders down. Let the shoulders follow the hips. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. Let the shoulders follow the hips. Yeah, this is the sound of one hand clapping again. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. You want to maybe like this. There we go. Elbows go back. This goes forward. Elbows go back. This goes forward. Let the shoulders follow the hips. If you go too far ahead like this, you'll be off balance. You'll fall. Don't go too far. Just follow the hips. Find your saddle. It's almost like you're sat on a stool, isn't it? If I punch too far, if I go too far, I'll come off the stool. Yes, and it's like a stool that you're on, and it's the stool can also swivel. Does that make sense, Keith? Yeah. So don't go too far. Don't go too far. Yeah. Follow your own natural rhythm. Don't hold your breath. If you can really practice this outside the sessions, I can really move on. You could be waiting at a bus stop and you could just be doing this, and no one needs to know what you're doing. You could be watching TV while you stood up. No one needs to know what you're doing. That's it. This is okay, Keith. Yeah. I find just a little saddle, just sitting down gently, and here's okay. Yeah, that's it. Here's okay. This is all right. Let the hips follow. Monkey see, monkey do. Yes. It keeps getting like flashbacks of his boxing days. He's getting flashbacks. Here we go. Look, you find your saddle, and in order for his arm to go forward, I let the hips follow suit. Find saddle. Let it be one piece. One piece. That's it. That's it. All done. Yeah, try to keep your shoulders down. Try to keep your shoulders down. Try to keep your shoulders down. There we go. Remember, the moment we raise our elbows up here, it's we're using our shoulder. You can imagine the shoulder is there's a line here where the shoulder naturally wants to settle. Wherever our shoulders are, as wherever our elbows are, this is the area that you're going to be moving on your spine more. If I'm up here, you see it's going to be more around here that you can be focused on. If I leave my elbows down here and I turn, you'll find that it's going to be coming down lower. Yeah. Really allow your body to make sound as the breath goes. Mm. 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 Find the saddle. Find the saddle. Mm. Find the saddle. Mm. Mm. Find the saddle. That's it. Yes. Keep it trying to find the center, yeah? Whereas if I just do this, I can't find the center. Look, I'm actually coming from a different set. I could be coming from the wrong center. If I do this, I might be coming from the wrong center. But if I find the saddle, and then I go one, come back to the center, pivot a bit, and then come from the center, pivot a bit, come from the center, find the center. It's like you're sitting down, like you're sitting down, and then come up, find the center, then come up, find the center, find the center, come up. There you go. That's it. Well done, Sammy. Find your center, then move. Yeah. Find your saddle. See, here it's okay. Look, here's okay. Mm, mm. Here's okay. Here's okay. Here's okay. Mm, here's okay. Mm, here's okay. Find the saddle. Mm, 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 mm. You'll find that eventually, as your stance gets bigger, it becomes. Mm, mm. It becomes, this how it becomes. When we get closer, see, no, there's nothing wrong with here. Mm, mm, mm. And the hips. The hips reflect the shoulders. Mm, that's it, Keith. Mm, there we go. You're starting to feel youth. You're starting to remember. Yes. I was saying to Keith during therapy, because he's already got a background in boxing and rugby, and he's quite athletic chap. Now that he's getting back into it, it's almost like muscle memory is already there. So you'll start seeing yourself improve really quickly. For some of us who wasn't blessed, or we didn't have a childhood where we was encouraged to do athletics or sports, we might find it a bit more difficult. But for some of us, when we do sports and stuff like this from a young age, we learn discipline. This qigong really is about discipline, about becoming compassionate through discipline, but not through torture. Good. That's it. And for people who can now, if you want to really think about your elbow, think about the elbow, think about the elbow, think about the elbow, think about the elbow. Yeah, the elbow going back. Let's go back. Mm. Let the elbow go back. Let the elbow go back. Keep the shoulders low. Let the elbow go back. So that when you look from above, looking down, there's a even back and forwards. Yeah. Well done, Michael. Getting better. I can see it now. Much better. I can see you're getting the groove of it now. Yeah. Elbow go back. Now the elbow to go back. Mm. Find your saddle. The more you can find your saddle, the more you settle on your saddle, you'll notice that your shoulders can go further back. Yeah, for most of us, when we can't find a saddle, we're literally like this. So the shoulder can't go back. But when you come up here, don't you see the shoulders back now? This going back here is akin to this area here and being able to soften. Then it looks like it's gone back. But you see, my shoulder hasn't really moved. My elbow hasn't moved. It's just my body. So find the saddle. Then now look, the shoulder can go back. Good. Let the elbow go back. Well done, Michael. That's the article. Let the elbow go back. Good. Well done. Okay, now, monkey see, monkey do if you can, okay? I'll do it from here. Monkey see, monkey do. Watch. Yeah. Up here's okay. If you can find the saddle. Yeah. Mm. So what I've done is, last week when we was doing this, isn't it? We was doing this. Today, you notice it's more controlled. Today is more controlled. So I'm encouraging everyone just do it very slowly at first so you can really develop the muscle memory, develop the ability to coordinate. Come from the center. Find your center. Find the saddle. If you find the saddle, okay, you notice if the elbow could go back, the leg can go forward. If the if this elbow at the back goes back, then look, the leg can follow suit. Yeah, you guys be mindful of where your elbows are going. Allow your elbows to go back. Find the saddle. Yeah. This one here, you might get the leg might feel tired because we are literally resting on one leg, isn't it? That's it. So be gentle. Could you hear us okay? That's it. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. Find the saddle. Find the saddle. So here's a K in the beginning. Here's a K. Find the center. Find your saddle. That's it. So you guys are working lots of muscles that you might not have used for ages, isn't it? That's it. Today's movements look more mechanical rather than like momentum. You notice last week when we was doing it, there was a lot of momentum. Today it's about rhythm, but just being sure of every movement, being sure of every movement. It could be here's okay. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, this is okay. This is the same movement. See, this has been when you feel more comfortable, you go a bit further back. Elbow, find your center, find the saddle. Yes. In the beginning, here's okay. Soften your knees. We're just really allowing you to work all these muscles, every single one. Yeah, well done, Keith. I know this one's a tough one, isn't it? It is, yeah. That's it. Here's okay. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. Find your saddle, Otka. Find your saddle. Well done, everyone. Okay, please, if you can, find your saddle. You should notice now you feel a bit more still. Do you guys feel a bit more still standing straight like this? Yeah, you feel more still now, isn't it? So remember, when you're standing like this, remember to just to really soften your knees. If you soften your knees, your shoulders will come back. This is me standing straight. Most people, when they stand straight, they actually want to do this, you know? So in the army, I'm not in the army, but I've seen them. They say at ease. When they go at ease, that is, that's at ease. When you're straight like this, you're getting ready to kind of go forward. And when they like kind of eyes, they kind of get ready to go forward. But if you're at ease, yeah. So let yourself just remind yourself this when you're waiting for a bus, or you're just standing, or even if you're watching TV. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll play games like this. I'll watch, or if I'm editing, I'm standing up and I'll just soften my knees. You just soften your knees. Well done. So let's help everyone out with problems with the shoulders again, yeah? Please, if you can, do this. That's it. Like this. Yes. And what you're going to do now is find your saddle. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. Good. Just gently breathing in and out. And each time you might feel there's a movement below, let it go downwards. Then find the saddle again. Gently breathing in and out. You find there's some movement below, let it happen. Yes, find it. I mean, for some of you, you want to, you could give yourself a little shake. If you practice this, some of you might hear click. You might hear clicks and clacks down here. Yes. And then now what you're going to do, you're going to take a breath, a conscious breath. And as you breathe out, I want you to reach for these muscles. Take a gentle breath. And as you sigh out, start reaching for these muscles, pulling them up. And once you find the flow, you can continue just casually, in a relaxed manner, allow the breath to come and go and pull these muscles forward. All the while finding your saddle, and every now and then you might feel that the bottom half wants to move. Let it move. You might want to walk it off. You're going to breathe. As you sigh out, reach for the muscles, going over the spine. If you want to, you could bring it up towards the crown. Find the saddle. And then when the saddle, when it's almost like you feel like the stool wants to move, let it move. Let it move. And then once again, go back and do the same. Its energy must go somewhere. That's it. Find your saddle and then let it go. Let it go. If you guys can do this in your own time, in your own manner, eventually you'll be able to release this half here. Yeah, for many of us, we are slumped forwards like this. So the shoulders are bowed forward, you see? But when you're doing this now, you see this is the opposite. You say you're raising everything above, diaphragm's opening. So if you can do it often, just breathing gently, pulling. Some of you might start finding that some of these muscles start feeling like they're pulling. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. This is going to be really good for you, Keith. It's going to get your shoulders to unite from above, your left one. It's going to be hard in the beginning. Yeah. And then when you've had enough, or you feel like you had enough, you could just hold on to it, just breathing in gently for your nostrils, feeling your ribs expand. And as you do this, you'll start noticing a loosening up of the lower half. So you feel your sacrum loosen up. And then start pulling forward, pulling these traps forward, pulling it forward, pulling it forward, pulling it forward. And then, when you had your feel once more, you can start pulling it down here. When you're doing this now, while you're finding your saddle, you start to open, start to relax here as well, pulling down. Allow the breath to come and go. Find your saddle. And then if you hold on here and just breathe, and then just as the breath goes, allow your neck, your head just to release tension. Yeah. I encourage everyone here present to do, if you don't do anything, do this. Does it make sense, everyone? Was what it is during the class at the moment, it's like what I noticed for many of us, there's a disconnection between here and here. Yeah, for many of us. And this is because a lot of us are kind of hunched forward like that. Yeah, so we can't really bring our elbows back when we do certain movements. But you guys can do this, find the saddle, eventually this part here will open up again. It means the ribs can expand. Does it make sense, everyone? So that when we do these movements here, you'll feel much more connected. Make sense? Find the saddle. Yeah. So everyone turn to the side and do this movement so you can see for yourself when you watch the video back. Like turn to the side of the camera so you can see for yourself what you look like. Yeah, Michael, turn to the side of this so you can see what you look like for your own benefit. If you stand straight like this and do this, feel a difference. You feel a difference. But then now, if you soften your knees, find your saddle, and then do it, feel the difference. Yeah, that's it, Michael. So watch back on this and you'll see what I mean. Your Otka's got good form. Yeah, just watch. My camera's at a slight angle, but you'll notice that this when we find our saddle and we do this, we're not like in this kind of angle. You know, if you find your saddle, then you can be more straight. So then it means the hips are opened, more opened. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Well done. Okay, and this end the class with this one thing here as well. I want to show you guys. Okay, this is towards the end of the 8 brocades. I'm going to show you now, just so you can guys have a glimpse of how it is. Please, if you can, standing relatively straight, find your saddle. Yeah, find your saddle. I'm gonna do this 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's like a shoulder length apart, isn't it? If you can't be up here, that's okay. Yes? But if you can come to here, that's okay. Good. We're going to do now, you're gonna remember what we've been doing so far. Find your saddle, yeah? Let your shoulders be heavy. What you're going to do now, you're gonna imagine you're gonna pick something up, you're gonna pull it into yourself. Pull it into yourself. When you pull it into yourself, thrust your sacrum forward. Pull it into yourself. Yeah? Good. Pull it into yourself. Good. And now what I'm gonna do, with my sacrum still thrusted in, I want to push forward. Not too far, not here. I'm gonna fall. Yeah, good. Here is good. So I'm still centered. Here is not good. So I'm gonna fall. Here is okay. You see my elbow is still in line with my body. Yes? Pull it back into yourself. Still having your second thrust forward. Pushing out, not too far once again. Elbows, look, my elbows are still in line. But over here, you see I'm pushing out. Pull it back into your body again. Good. Now push up, keeping your elbows still down here. Don't go any higher. If you go any higher, it's not going to be good, yeah? Here, good. Pull it back down into your body again. Yes? And then now from here, everything's still thrust forward. Push it down to the ground. Yes? Pull it back into yourself again. Good. Push it forward. Not too far forward. So you're still thrusted. Well done. Pull it into yourself. Push it towards out. Not too far out. So your elbows are still engaged. Yeah? So still the elbows are still engaged. Is that okay, Keith? Yeah? Pull it in towards you again. With everything still here, you're gonna push it up. Don't push it past here. If you want to go higher, you need to lift your chest up to go higher. You see? Yeah, good. And then pull it back down into your body, into yourself. And from here, watch the hands. And then I'm gonna watch, push it down. Push it down. I'm not doing this, Otka. Look at my hands. I'm pushing down. Pushing down. Big hands, I'll show you. Look, I'm pushing down. Pushing down. Yes? Once again, pull it in. Pull it in. Good. Pushing out. Yeah, I'll leave my hands open so you can see what's happening, yes? And then I'm gonna push, pull it in, pull it into yourself. Good. We're gonna push up. Push up, yeah? Pull it into yourself. Good. And then that from here, watch. Push down from there. Good. Please, as I'm doing this, I'm not breathing because I'm having to talk. You guys have the leisure of allowing your breath to come and go. Your job's very more easy than mine. Allow the breath to keep coming and going, okay? Let's do it again. Let's start from up here, everyone. Yeah. This is towards the end of the 8 brocades, but what this does now is allowing you to find where your center is. Does it make sense? It's going to also allow you to cultivate your willpower. And we do this towards the end of the 8 brocades to really let you cultivate the chi. But what I'm doing here, I'm just showing you like a little glimpse of what happens at the end. Does it make sense what I'm saying, everyone? Okay, as much as you can, yes? You're going to open, whatever's comfortable. Yeah, whatever's comfortable. Whatever's comfortable. Find whatever's comfortable for you. When you find whatever's comfortable, make sure you're going to find your seat. And that means to push your sacrum forwards a bit. Yeah, push your sacrum forwards. Push it forward. So you're sat down. You see? I'm sat on my own seat. I'm not here. I'm here. Good. Imagine you're going to pull something into your body. Mm. Mm. If you want to keep your elbows close to you, help. Yes, I'll do it a bunch of times. You see. Keep breathing in and out, everyone. Yeah. Good. And then now you're going to push from here. Don't push too far. I'm still holding onto my egg. Yeah, good. Yeah, you can relax there. Then hold on to something. Pull it back into your body again. Good. Push it out. Good. Keep your elbows close to you, yeah, if you can. Here, look. You see it, Keith? I'm going upwards this way. It's like 45-degree out. Yes? And then hold, then pull it back into your body again. When you pull it back into your body, look, my elbows go back. I'm thrusting, look. My elbows go back, yeah? Good. And from here, you can push it down. As I'm pushing down, I'm still pushing into my own body. See? Pushing into my own body. Hold, pick it up, pull into your body. Bring the elbows back, thrust the sacrum forward, and then push. Keep your sacrum pushed forward. Good. Pull it back in. Push it out. Keep your elbows close. Pull it into your body. Keep your sacrum pushed forward. Good. Up. Yeah, not too high. Okay, not too high. That's it. Well done, Keith. Right here. Good. Yeah. Pull it back down to your body. You see, I'm all tucked in here. From here, look, I don't move anything. I don't move anything. Don't move anything. Then push down from there. Good. And then again, pull. Bring in your elbows back. Push. Leave your elbows closed. Don't go too far. Open. Here, look. See, I'm not tensing. You see, I'm not tensing, guys. Not tense. Pull. Push up. Don't tense. Look, I'm very supple. I'm very supple. Pull back down. Do outwards, maybe. Everything's all through here. Everything's in the center. Pull it to the center again. From the center, look, leave the elbows where they are. Push down. Leave the elbows where they are. Push down. Good. Pull up. Good. Push. Yeah. Pull back in. Go outwards a bit. Keep your elbows. Don't go too far out with the elbows. That's it. Good. Loose. Pull it back in. Elbows back. Push up. Not too far up. Yeah. It's almost like an uppercut, Keith. Yeah, almost like an uppercut. Yeah. Yeah. Then pull it back down to your own dantian. Pull it in. Keep everything thrusted forward. Like, yeah, well done. From this position here, don't move your elbows. Turn. Look. Then push down. Push down. Good. Ready? I'm not going to say anything now. We're going to do it together, okay? Don't stop breathing, everyone. Don't stop breathing. Keep your sacrum tucked. Good. Not too high. Keep the elbows closed. There. Keep breathing. Allow your breath to come and go. Really find your center. Really find your saddle as you do this. The more you do this, your body's going to start pulling towards the center. Your body's going to start pulling more towards the center. Yeah? Here's a K up here. Yeah? Find your sacrum. Pushing up. When you push it down here, you guys, if you find that you need to move your sacrum, move it. Let the energy trickle downwards. Make sense? Let it trickle downwards. Mm. 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 Yeah, if you feel it needs to go down, let it go downwards. And then find your center again, find your seat, come back up. Pull the elbows backwards. Mm. 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 Yeah, you get it to this point, you feel like you need to move, let it move. Good, 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 good. Is everyone heating up? You find this exercise make you very hot, isn't it? You see? It looks very simple, but it's a game changer. Yes, again. Ready? It starts, okay. I want to introduce another thing now, okay? I'm really excited. I really want to show you guys this.
You're gonna feel more energized after this class, after this session, sorry. Okay, so feet together again. We'll do it again. Just find your natural saddle. Gently open. Yes, find the saddle. Good. Open, pulling up. Remember to thrust your sacrum forward. See, I'm doing that. That's what I do with this. That. Yeah, good. We're gonna go forward again. Good. Up. So you see these movements here at the moment. You could when you do this by yourself, you can do whatever feels good, but make sure you come from the center, yeah? Make sure you come from the center. Here, down. But then now here I'll introduce this. Turn. Yeah, you see, get the hips involved. Turn. Good. Pull it back. When you pull back, look. Yes. Push. Let the hips move with the shoulder. It's almost like a door, you see? The hips move with the shoulder. The elbows don't really move. You see, the elbows don't go further out. It looks like the elbow's moving, but what it is the hip and the shoulders are moving. It looks like makes the elbow look like it's moving. Yeah? Then pull it back from the hips. Practice again. Yeah? Find your center, find your saddle. Find your center, find your saddle. You know, turn, but turn from the hips. Yeah? And then pull back from the hips. Find your saddle, find your saddle, find your saddle, find your saddle, find your saddle. And again, good. And pull. This is why when we punch, we don't punch from we punch from the whole body. You know, we punch from the whole body. Yeah, there we go. Find your saddle. Yeah. And it's almost like you can imagine when you're pulling something, if you pull something, don't pull with your arm, pull with your whole body. Can you guys feel what I'm talking about? If I pull my arm up, it's very weak. I'm just using my joints. But if I'm holding something onto here and I pull with my whole body, yeah, I pull with my whole body. Well done. Find your saddle. Hmm. Hmm. Find your whole saddle. Find your saddle. That's it, Keith. From here is okay. Like from here is okay. People who do Wing Chun, they can recognize this. It's like it's coming from here. Wing Chun starts very low. It's like here. See, that's Wing Chun. Boxers are kind of like here, in it, but they weave up and down. But they got this curve. You see it? They got this kind of like get everything tucked in. And that makes sense, doesn't it, Keith? Yeah, that's it. Allow your elbow. Don't fully extend the elbow. The moment you put your elbow past your dantian, this is called the middle dantian here. You go past that point here, you lost your integrity. The only time when this goes far here is if the back goes far as well. You see? If this goes far here, this must go far as well. You see that? But if this goes far here and the back can't go far, I will go forward. I will go forward. That's why it's very important to find your saddle. So let's start again, okay? That's it. Start again. You should feel more settled now in this posture. Do you guys find that? Like standing here now is a bit more settled. It's more easier now, isn't it? You see? Please find your saddle. Yeah, find your saddle. And eventually you'll be able to do this in one move. But for now, I get people to do this. You open like the same time, you do this. You know what I mean? To open. But the more you practice it, after a while, it becomes one movement. You see? After a while, it becomes one movement. You see? But for now, if you must just do gently, like that, and then pull into your saddle. Pull into your saddle. I'm kind of making myself go higher just to make it more obvious what I'm doing. So I'm pulling. Pulling. Yeah, good. Well done. How you doing, Keith? Okay, ready? Mm. Let's do one at a time. Don't let the elbow go too far. Let the breath come and go. This is gonna be feel nice. That's it. Yeah. Make sure you always coming from the center. Yeah. Don't make it become like this. Yeah. This is not center. Let it come from your saddle. That's it. Let it come from your saddle. Let it come from your saddle. If the elbow is forward, make sure the elbow goes back. One hand clapping. 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 Yeah. One hand clapping. Good. One hand clapping. And then one hand clapping. One hand clapping. One hand clapping. See, I'm pivoting. You can pivot on your heels if you want to, but in a combat state, you pivot on your toes. But here, like we're exercising, you can pivot on your heel. You see, you can pivot on your heel if you want to. If you want to, you can pivot on your toes. Let the door open. Yeah. With the elbows go back. Let them mirror each other. Let the shoulders and the hips move with each other. Good. And then find your center. Find your center. Find your center. Once you find your center, then go to the other side. Pivot. You can either pivot on your toes. If you want to, you can pivot on your heels. And you guys start noticing that the elbow does not go forward. The elbows remain the same position. Let the elbows remain centered. Elbows go back, elbows forward. Good. See it? And then find your center, find your saddle, find your saddle, find your saddle, find your saddle. Then go to the other side. You can either pivot on your toes. If you want to, you could pivot on your heels. The mechanics change depending on whether you pivot on your heels or your toes. But the main emphasis is really allow everything to come from the saddle, come from the center, come from the core. That's it. Well done. In your own time, find your center. Try not to tense while you're doing this, okay? You know, it's very easy for us to kind of get ahead. We start imagining we're punching something. Don't imagine that. Don't imagine you're punching anything. The battle is inside. Don't imagine you're punching something. It's just a rotation. So we're doing rotating. And it looks like we're holding fists, but just imagine you're holding an egg. You don't want to crack the egg. You don't want to crack the egg. You're holding like a big orange or a peach or something. You don't want to squash it. Don't tense. That's it. Good. Remember your saddle? Remember your saddle? Okay, everyone's got that movement. Let's start again, okay? We're here. Let's start from the center. Good. You find your saddle. You guys should feel even more settled now. Way more settled, yeah? You feel a bit more settled now, Keith? Yeah, good. Right, find your saddle. Ready? You pull and then open what's good for you. Tuck your poop. So it's basically more like you're fucking the air, yeah? Let's be honest. You're sat here, you're doing this, yeah? You're going, whoo. Yeah, pushing the elbow back. Ready? Hmm. Don't stop breathing. Just let the breath come and go. Relaxed man, okay? We're not fighting here. The battle's inside. Really feel your saddle. Really feel your saddle. Good. So if you guys you can remember practice this one, yeah? And the one that I showed you earlier on when you massage your own traps to open up your thoracic. Good. Good. And in your own time, yep, leave the elbow still. Don't extend. Don't open the elbow. All you're doing is just rotating it. Rotating. The arm doesn't move. Yeah, that's it. The arm doesn't move. The arm doesn't move. That's it. The arm doesn't move. When you're doing this movement here, if you care, if you need to, you might want to emphasize on the back elbow. It's the back elbow that needs to go back more, Keith. Yeah, yeah. When you're going, it's the elbow at the back. That's it. But in your own time, that way. Yeah, the arms don't really move. All you're doing is pivoting. Find your saddle. Always come from your saddle. Always come from the 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 saddle. Find the center and then change. Come from the center. Come from the center. Good. Okay, once again, everyone, let's come again. Let's do it again. Gently reach up. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. Find your saddle. Breathing in gently. Because as you do this, you'll start noticing there's more to grip on. There's more muscle to hold on to. You notice this, Sammy? You do this, eventually it will feel like there's more muscles to pull onto. Yeah, it will feel like there's more to hold on to, more to grab. And then pull on forward. You can breathe in gently, and it will start feeling energy trickling downwards. Tension will start going downwards, and then you let it go. Find your saddle. And then bring down to forwards. Holding on some tension here. Just breathing, holding tension. Good. Was what I'm showing you here, all this kind of breathing at the end. With the 8 brocade, after I finish doing, after doing the 8 brocades, after doing this stuff here, I'll end it with this. See, this here is I'm breathing everything in at the same time, and I just relax and let gravity take its course. But I don't advise for you guys to do it in the moment because your spine is still not flexible, But that's what we do towards the end. That's why now I'm showing you guys to do this kind of breathing thing here. Because at the moment I can see most of us are we got this kind of this bow forward thing. Yeah. But gentlemen, ladies, everyone, we've gone way past the time. Yeah, I really wanted to push you today, isn't it? Was we got like a good bunch of specimens in here. And well done, Keith, for pushing on. It's nice to see the youth getting, getting rekindled Was I could see, as we was practicing, the way he was moving, I could see like his old self coming back. But big shouts out to Michael Augustini, Sammy, we've got Otika and Keith. But I hope you guys learned something different today. Something clicked within you. We're gonna take this time now just to let you ask some questions. Yes, so if you want to, please unmute yourself and you put your hands up and we'll take it from there. Okay. Anyone got any questions? All right. So Michael, please.
No question, man. I was just saying bye. I need to go. See you guys.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyone else got a question? Everyone's fine. Anyone got any questions?
Really good, bro. Really good, man. I could really feel it all through my shoulders, through the back here. There's so much grinding. Powerful. Can't hear you, Kai.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Today, like I say, I watch the whole crowd and see what most people need, isn't it? But if you can practice these things, so next time we can move on from it. It's really important. Really important. Because it's very easy for us to do things during a session together, isn't it? But it's to be able to cultivate our own willpower. That's more important. Because in truth, you are inside a body and you're inside your body. Does it make sense? The more we can cultivate our own willpower, then we don't need others to fly for us. There's no longer that the hero or victim duality. But Keith, well done. You did really well. I can see you got a impingement in your shoulder, but please continue doing it. You notice any difference, Keith?
Yes, I do. I've a lot of clicking to start with, but I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks when I see you a little bit more. I'm very, very left-sided. I have a lot of issues on the left side, as well, but that's and for another time to explain to you.
Yes, certainly, Keith. When I see you, I know exactly what it is. Just need a bit more help. But if you continue doing the exercises, it will start changing. What it is, when we have problems on our left side, is through the heart. Right side is going to be, yeah, you understand what I mean? Left side is going to be more through the heart. If you have impingement here. But if you do these exercises when I keep saying, find the center, find the center, find the center. Don't worry about left and right. Find the center, find the saddle. Eventually, things will start fixing itself. Yeah, because we, as human beings, as sentient beings, we become in a state of what we describe as duality, when we're too left or too right. Some people describe it as, one moment they're fine, next moment they explode. That's because we're not centered. I don't know why, but this is how it turns out in society. We are encouraged to say, are we left-handed or right-handed? Really, it shouldn't be left or right. It should be whatever's closest. But then there's all these other things like, the way we talk, the way we walk. There's a lot of things that are distracting us from moving from our center, from our core. And most issues, in my opinion, whether it's psychological or physiological, it's because there's this psychological element involved. So when we start watching the breath and really allowing our body to freely express itself, which means to let go of this egoic baggage, our body and our perspective of ourselves can start to harmonize, and we will start seeing this internal peace that's reflected both in the psychology, but also within the being, within the human form, the human body. All the organs and everything start becoming more harmonic. Yeah. But gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been way past the time. Thank you, and until the next time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Kai. Thank you so much.
Bless, bro. It was good to see you, man.
You too, always. Catch up soon.
Yeah, lots of love, bro.
Peace, brother. Love.
Love, man. So there you have it. Today's session went on further because I really felt that they could do it. And hopefully you guys, or you watching right now at home, that you followed along as well, that you showed some grit. Because what we're doing here, like I said, is to cultivate some willpower. It's good to have these inspirations, isn't it? We're all kind of like egging each other on, we're feeling each other's energy. But if you can practice in your own time, something eventually is going to happen inside. A switch gets turned on, you're going to get it. But remember, every journey starts with one step. Don't worry about the destination. Just take step by step, breath by breath. And before you know it, you're on top of the mountain looking down, whoa, and laughing at all the stuff that's happened already and just celebrating. So I hope you learned something new, and I hope you will continue practicing. Please, if you want to help a brother out, donate. I'll leave a link somewhere down here. And if you want to, maybe share this video for a loved one, someone you feel that might benefit from this. But until the next time, I am the avatar, known as Tao Chi Kai. Om Om.
Wow.